Serie A Salernitana vs Sassuolo prediction, team news, lineups preview. The bottom two sides in the Serie A table will square off on Friday, as Salernitana welcomes Sassuolo to the Stadio Arechi. With 8 league games left to play, the hosts remain rooted to the foot of the division, 10 points behind their hosts who are only a point adrift of safety. Match preview. After avoiding Serie A relegation in impressive fashion in the previous 2 seasons, Salernitana have had to endure a dismal campaign this time around, finding themselves all but condemned to the drop after 30 games with just 14 points on the board. In those 30 outings, Granada have managed just 2 victories, both of which came in 2023, and they have since added just 2 more points to their tally in 12 attempts since the turn of the year. That poor run early in 2024 spelled the end for Filippo Inzaghi's brief managerial tenure, and Fabio Liverani would go on to oversee 4 defeats and a draw before Stefano Colantuono returned to lead the club during the March international break. In his 3rd spell in charge, their first outing was a trip to Bologna on Monday, and the returning boss was unable to inspire an instant turnaround, as goals from Riccardo Orsolini, Alexis Sailmakers and Karalampo's Lyco Johnnies condemned them to a 3-0 defeat, making it 3 straight top-flight losses for Granada for the 3rd time this calendar year. Now sitting 10 points behind 19th spot and 11 adrift of safety in Serie A with just 8 games left to play, any hopes Salernitana have of remaining competitive hinge on a dramatic upturn in form in the final run-in. And they will set out to start by ending their 3-month wait for a 3rd league win of the season on Friday. Their visitors also head into the game with a gap to safety, albeit a much smaller one ahead of the final weeks of the campaign. Having also endured a disappointing season by their own standards in Serie A, Sassuolo are in the midst of their 11th straight term in Serie A and find their top-flight status at more risk than ever. Having not finished below 13th in the last 9 years, only to currently sit in the drop zone in the midst of a dismal run of form. From their 30 games thus far, I Neroverdi have only earned 24 points, winning just 6 of those, with the most recent triumph coming in early March and ending an 8-game streak which only produced a single point at the beginning of the new year. Under the tutelage of Davide Ballardini since the start of March, I Neroverdi have been unable to build on that return to winning ways at home to Frosinone in 2 further attempts since. Firstly, traveling to Roma prior to the recent international break and suffering a 1-0 defeat, before returning to action at home to Udinese and taking a point from a 1-1 draw. Having gone ahead in the 41st minute through Grégoire Defrel, only to be immediately pegged back by a Florian Thauvin leveler. Such a result did see Sassuolo remain within a point of safety ahead of the final 8 Serie A matches of the campaign. And they will now set out to leap out of the bottom 3 and give their survival hopes a major boost with a much-needed victory on the road on Friday. Team news. Salernitana will remain without veteran defender Federico Fazio on Friday due to an injury, while Grigoris Castanos also missed their first game back from the international break and could again be absent at the weekend. After their 3-0 defeat last time out, Stefano Colantuono may opt to make several changes to his starting 11. With Jerome Boateng perhaps coming into the defense from the outset, having made a brief substitute appearance against Bologna after returning from his own injury setback. If Baladia continues to miss out, Simi may continue to lead the line, while 37-year-old Antonio Candreva continues to be a key man in a supporting role, having scored 5 and assisted 6 of his side's 23 Serie A goals so far this term. Sassuolo are set to remain without talismanic attacker Domenico Berardi, who has missed their last 3 games through injury after only recently returning from a previous layoff. Having netted 9 league goals so far this term and surpassing 10 in Serie A in each of the previous 4 seasons. In his absence, plenty of attacking responsibility will again fall on striker Andrea Pinamonti, who has also scored 9 goals in Italy's top flight this campaign, while Christian Thorstvedt and Grégoire de Grelle will continue in a supporting trio with Samu Castillo vying to come back in from the outset. Behind them, Daniel Baloca and Pedro Obiang will both battle for spots in midfield after Uroš Rasic was preferred alongside regular Mateus Enrique in their meeting with Udinese on Monday. Salernitana possible starting lineup: Costil, Pierozzi, Manolas, Boateng, Pellegrino, Chauna, Sambia, Koulibaly, Broderick, Candreva, Simi. Sassuolo possible starting lineup: Consigli, Toljan, Tresoldi, Ferrari, Doig, Baloca, Enrique, Defrel, Thorstved, Castillo, Pinamonti. We say, Salernitana 1-2 Sassuolo. The visitors are certainly far from their best, and have been throughout the entirety of the Serie A campaign thus far, but even without their talisman Berardi, Sassuolo do have the superior quality to get past the basement side on Friday and take a huge step towards survival with a return to winning ways on Friday. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.